bit of a dilemma when my eggplant starts really coming into the garden. I love eggplant and I want to use it as quickly as possible, but I can't leave it on the vine too long because then it gets really, really mature and bitter. So I could really use a way to store my eggplant. Hey Sarah, got any ideas?
Danielle, I have it much worse than you when it comes to using up my eggplant. Brian won't even touch the stuff, so I'm basically left to consume the entire harvest myself.
Oh my goodness.
But my secret weapon is roasting them whole.
Really? Why is that?
It's so simple to do, it takes no thought, and then the roasted flesh will keep in the fridge for a couple days, and at that point it's just really easy to use in dips or pizza toppings, basically anything.
Oh, okay, you've sold me. So how do we do it?
Basically, you just turn on your gas burner and set the eggplant right on the grate.
Really, it's like making s'mores with eggplant.
Okay, so there's actually a little bit more to it than that. Grab the fork, and you'll want to prick the eggplant just a couple times all over. And you'll notice I put foil down on my burners here. It does tend to make a little bit of a mess because you've got the juices dripping out of these holes. So I've lined my burner with foil to catch all those juices.
You're just going to use your fingers? Oh no, you're going to set it right on there. Okay.
Yeah. And tongs are helpful for placing them properly. So yeah, you just set them right on the flame. This should be medium-low heat. Otherwise it'll cook too fast on the outside before it cooks on the inside. Okay, so we'll just give these a turn every couple minutes so that it roasts evenly on all sides.
Okay, so I know I just remodeled my kitchen, but we didn't put in a gas stove.
Why?
I know. That's coming, but what if I don't have a gas stove?
Okay, so there's a couple of other ways you can do it. You can actually do the exact same thing on your grill. Just put the eggplant on the grate directly over the fire. Or you can also put it in a hot oven, again, directly on the grate. But in that case, you want to put like a roasting pan underneath it to catch the drips.
Okay. So I should flip it around and get this other side now.
Yeah, you want the skin to get sort of papery like this and black.
Okay. So what about salting? If we roast them whole like this, we won't be able to salt them, right? And I heard you should do that with eggplant to get out that bitterness.
Well, we've picked these eggplants while they're young and really fresh, so we shouldn't have too much of a problem with bitterness, and these Asian varieties like swallow don't really tend to be so bitter anyway. But if you are getting to your eggplant a little late, it's a little mature, and you're using a big globe eggplant, yeah, you might want to salt it. In that case, you can cut it in half and roast it in the oven.
Oh, okay.
To do that, you cut the eggplant in half, then cut into the flesh of each half with crosshatch marks. Go down into the flesh, but not all the way through.
Why do you do that?
It will help expose more of the flesh to the salt rather than just a single cut surface. Now you sprinkle salt on the flesh and into the cuts and let it sit for half an hour.
All right, Mama Kitchen, get back here because stuff's like on fire. Look it.
Yeah, they get really hard to handle as they soften, but they're looking great.
Yeah, except for the fire part.
I think they look great. I think we're just about ready.
All right, how do you tell if it's done?
Basically, when the skin starts to look ashy and gray like we have here and it's flaking off, that's a good sign. And it should be completely soft all over. Like this guy maybe needs a little bit more time up here.
Okay.
I think we can start pulling them off.
What do you think?
Oh, I think it's finally done. You can go ahead and pull that off.
Okay, good. I was getting very nervous.
And with these guys that have been off for a few minutes, they're finally cool enough to handle.
Wow, don't these look appetizing?
Don't be shallow. Don't judge a book by its cover. They have inner beauty.
All right, okay. Show me the inner beauty.
My favorite thing to make is baba ganoush, which is a Middle Eastern eggplant dip with tahini and garlic and lemon. So once these are cool enough to handle, just cut off the top and the bottom and cut them in half. Look at that nice roasted flesh.
That looks better.
Okay, so now that these are cool enough to handle, just want to scrape out the flesh with a spoon and try to avoid getting any of the papery skin in there.
The black chunks.
A little bit of the skin is okay, because actually this will add a real smoky flavor to the eggplant, but not too much. And then we just mash the flesh with a fork.
So Sarah, why are you mashing it by hand? Couldn't you just do this in a food processor?
Yeah, you could. That will give you more of a smooth, uniform texture.
Okay.
This way it's a little chunky and you've got some of the texture of the eggplant in it.
Oh, that's nice.
And here's everything else we need for our baba ganoush.
Okay.
We've got tahini.
What's tahini?
It's just a sesame seed puree.
Oh, okay. Smells delicious.
It is delicious. Some lemon juice. Some chopped garlic. And a little salt. Just stir that all together.
It's looking better already.
There's our baba ganoush.
And don't forget the pita chips.
Oh, of course.
All right. Dig in. Oh my gosh. That's delicious.
You can really taste the smokiness from the flame broiling, can't you? With
You
that
really
sweet
can.
eggplant.
Oh, it tastes so much better than it looked.
I'm double dipping.
Go ahead.